Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I wanted to do a little craft with me. I am making these cute little altered paperclip charms that I will be including one with each of the 4 new journals that I'm coming up with pretty soon here. Here's a sneak peek of the pink themed botanical junk journal. It is not completely done. I haven't sewn the signature into the cover yet, and I'm not quite sure if I'm finished with the cover or not. I haven't decided. I originally had wanted to use these little charms on the side there, and I haven't decided yet if I like it on the side, if it's big enough or not. I don't think it is, so I may come up with just a slimmer little tassel to go on there. I don't know yet. I'm playing around with things. But anyways, I wanted to show you how I made these altered paperclip charms. I think they're really pretty. And I plan on making one for each of the journals, and then as well, I will have extras up in my shop. I will have some of the colors of my journals that I have out, as well as I will probably be making just other random colors, maybe like a shabby chic pink, and I'll just look in my stash of vintage fabrics and things and see what I can come up with and what beads go along with it and everything. So I made this really pretty pink one to go with the pink journal, and I'll take it off here and show it to you closer up. Oh, it's not focusing. There. So there's that one, if I can get it to focus. I have the same fabric that I used on the cover that I wrapped around it, and then I tied some pink twine on there and then put a vintage button over there on top of that. And then I made a little bead dangle that is attached to the bottom of the paperclip. And then I tied this eyelash trim on the bottom of it, and then attached a lobster clasp at the top. So that's that one. I have a blue one, or turquoise actually, and that goes along with my turquoise junk journal that I made. So it's kind of similar. This is a vintage turquoise button. I used tiny turquoise ribbon in the center of that, and then added a bead dangle and some eyelash trim. And then the purple one goes with the purple journal, and what I used was some cream colored sari silk ribbon and wrapped that around, and then I wrapped around this square trim, and then tied some purple eyelash trim, and then here's the bead dangle there. And then there's a vintage button in the center. And then the last one is this yellow one. Goes along with the yellow journal. And if you'd like to see sneak peeks of these, I have posted on Instagram, I think all of them except for the pink so far. So I have the turquoise, purple, and the yellow one that posted. So on this one, instead of using eyelash trim, because I didn't have any of that, I used some vintage yellow lace at the bottom. There's the bead dangle, and then I tied it. This is a vintage yellow button, and then some yellow and white twine there. So the things that you will need for this project, obviously you will need a paper clip. I just used the standard silver paper clips, and they are the larger size, and I'm not quite sure what, it's like 1.5 inches, I believe, or 1.25 inches, something like that. And then you need a lobster clasp. I ran out of my silver, so I'm actually going to change this out later, but I wanted to show you how I attached it and everything. So I have a gold one. You need one of these straight pins preferably with the loop at the bottom. And this is not focusing very well. Sorry about that. You need the straight pin for the beads. I think that's what that's called. I have a flat bottom one, but with the flat bottoms, you just have to make sure that your bead does not go through, or just add like one of those little itty bitty beads. Mine are, the holes are small enough, so I'll be fine with that. You need 2 jump rings, and then you need 4 beads. So I have 2 smalls and 2 larger ones. And then you also need a piece of scrap fabric. So I have a piece of this butterfly fabric. And then you need twine or tiny ribbon to tie through the button to add that extra texture. So I have that piece. And then I have some eyelash trim. This turquoise is what I'm going to use. I have scissors. I have my tacky glue. And then you'll need tools for the beading. So probably only need your flat pliers and then your round pliers. And then sometimes you might need to, if you can't get the wire to twist all the way flat, then you'll have to clip it off. So I have those just in case. So, okay, so the first thing we need to do is take your paper clip and take your fabric and poke the fabric through the spot that has no opening, like, so it's this edge here. I'm going to put that through like that. Put it through the 2 side pieces there. So like, look, not like that. In between the outside and that middle. And then what you want to do is take some glue. And I've seen people do this with Mod Podge as well, but that was with paper. So I used the tacky glue and it worked great. Or you can use whatever liquid glue that you like. Fabri-Tac would work. So then you just start wrapping it around with the bad side going on the inside of the paper clip. So just start wrapping it. I like to wrap it not perfect, just so it adds the texture of the ripped fabric. So I kind of go around this way, but you do want to leave your ends open. That's the only thing. So just like that, and when you come to the end, put a little dab of glue and just push it around like that. And you can add a little bit of glue on the end here. Make sure that stays down. And that is that part. Now what you want to do is take your thin ribbon or twine, tie it around, decide which side. I like to have the side that doesn't have the end of the fabric to be my front, and that's the side I'll put my button on. So I'm going to take, I have about a 6-inch piece of ribbon here. Just going to take it and tie 1 knot, or just like tie it once, just in a straight tie, not a bow or anything, just like that. Now I'm going to put a dab of glue right in the center of that, and then I'm going to take my button and I'm going to lace the ribbon through 1 piece in each hole. That side and the other side. And then just pull the button all the way down to the bottom there till you're on top of that glue. Tie a knot or tie it through once, and then you want to tie it as tight as you can get it, and then you're going to tie it again so you have a double knot on the top like that. And then just take your scissors and trim it. Just like that. And then if you think you need to add another little dab of glue back there, but I just like to press it and hold it there for a few seconds till the glue holds on there. And then we'll just set that aside until we're ready to attach the charm and the lobster clasp at the top. So I'm gonna let that dry for a sec and go ahead and make my charm dangle. I'm going to do, let's see, I think if this will stay, yeah, the hole isn't too big. I'm going to do a big one and then a small one, the big one again, and then a small. And you can do these however you want. These, I think they're 2-inch stick or pins. I'm able to get 4 beads on there and still have enough room at the top to do my twisting and everything to make the loop. But because I like to twist it on itself, sometimes I've seen where people just take the end and round it and just kind of tuck it in, but I don't know how to do that. I haven't practiced that. I learned this technique, and I'm not sure where I learned it from, but somebody on YouTube, so thank you to whoever that somebody is. So I just take, I'll start it off straight. Take your round nose pliers right at the edge where it's the top of the bead, and then bend it till it's a 90-degree angle, and then take and wrap your wire around the top of the needle nose pliers, and then around the beads, and then just keep wrapping till you can't wrap with your fingers anymore. I got that pretty good. So if you were able to wrap it like at least 2 times, you can clip it off. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get it wrapped around some more with my flat nose pliers. Just hold this side, hold the top with your needle, your round nose pliers, and take your flat nose and see if you can push it around a little bit more. You can get it there. I think I got it pretty good. So this is ready to go. I'm going to take my jump ring. I will put down in the description, I'm not even sure, I don't have a packaging. This is kind of the middle size jump ring. If you get a package of jump rings, they have the super tiny, and then the middle, and then the larger. This is the middle. So I'm not sure what size that is. I know they come in like millimeters or something like that. But if you just take both sets of pliers, pull them one away from you and one toward you, and open up your jump ring. And then you're going to take and load your jump ring onto the bottom of your paper clip, and then load your charm dangle onto that as well. And then you're going to just bring your 2 ends together there on the jump ring. There. So it's like that. I'm going to add another jump ring onto the top. That's going to add my lobster clasp. Do the same here. Pull them one away and one toward you, and then load your lobster clasp and then your paper clip. And as I said, I'm going to be changing this one out so it's silver. I just wanted to show you how to do it. And I am not like expert beader or anything. I learned how to do these simple beading dangles. I'm basic here. Now, you can leave it like this. I think this is beautiful. But I want to add something a little extra on the bottom. So I'm going to add some of my eyelash trim. And I'm happy that eyelash trim is back in style. It used to be, I had eyelash trim when I first started scrapbooking when my daughter was a baby, and she's 21 now. It was like all the rage. It first came out then, and now it's back. So I'm glad, because I had a lot of it and I didn't really use it there for a while. So now it's coming back like into junk journals and stuff, I think. So, and they started selling it at the Dollar Tree. I don't think they have it anymore, but that was kind of weird. I'm not sure if they got it from they must have gotten it from some store that went out of business or something. So I like this eyelash trim because it actually has another trim like wrapped in it. It has like a square trim, and so there's 4 pieces here. On my other, like on my pink and my purple dangles, I put 2 strings of the regular eyelash trim because it only had the 1 piece on both. So I'm going to cut probably about 5 inches, but then you can trim it depending on what length you want it. And then you just double knot it. And I added a dot of glue at the knot just so it wouldn't come out, because I find that this eyelash trim doesn't tighten very well. Probably just because of all the little loose, and sometimes, like right now, you kind of get lost here and you can't tie it, so I gotta unwrap it. But I'm just gonna double knot it and tie it as tight as I can get it, and then add the glue. Now, I'm just going to take my glue and add a little dot. And it'll dry clear, so I just kind of smush it around in there to make it stay. And then I'll trim it a little bit. There we go. All right. So, I love that, minus it being gold. I have some gold paper clips, so I think I'm going to make a few of my extra ones that be in my shop. I will make everything gold, because I have gold jump rings and gold pins and the gold lobster clasps. So if I can find those gold paper clips, I will do that too, because I have some really pretty like autumn colored beads that I think there's some Jesse James beads that I bought, so I will make a few in those colors, in the autumn colors, for some fall journals. So let's bring in all these here. I think these are so fun, and you can actually, if you want to use like a vintage safety pin or one of those light bulb pins, you can, and just attach them to your journal that way. Yeah, so here they all are here. I think I'm going to end up attaching mine to the tie of my journals, and then making slim tassel to go on the covers of these. So I hope you like that little craft with me tutorial. Go ahead and head over to my Etsy shop and favorite my shop, and then that way you will be notified when I do add these. But I also will be doing a complete flip through of all of the journals, and I have been posting on Instagram pretty much every day of things that I've been working on for these journals. So follow me over on Instagram so that you can find out what I'm working on that day, and subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell so that you'll be alerted when my videos go up. I try and at least put out 3 videos a week, if not 3 to 5, depending on the week, what I'm doing that week. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.